Pests and Pest Control. This is the pest. The pest is defined as any organism that is noxious, destructive, or troublesome. This includes a broad variety of organisms that interfere with humans or with our social or economic endeavors. See how this pest is ruining our everyday clothing. Also, the pests can ruin our plants. The disadvantages of pesticides. Bad chemicals or synthetic pesticides could have many harmful effects on both humans, she died, and plant life. Pesticides are also dangerous in that they can bioaccumulate our food chains, such as this one, where the chemical begins in the water, is absorbed by the algae, which the protozoa feed on, which go into the small fish, which the bald eagle eventually eats. The high concentration of chemical will either kill the bald eagle, or its eggs will be unable to hatch because they're so weak. Another disadvantage of using pesticides is that the pest can develop resistance to the pesticide being used. This is when the tolerance threshold of the pests is increased, and so higher concentrations of the chemical are needed. The second problem with the use of synthetic organic pesticides is that after a pest has been virtually eliminated with a pesticide, the pest population not only recovers, but explodes to higher and more severe levels of stronger pests. Alternative control methods. IPM is an approach to controlling pest populations by using all suitable methods, chemical and ecological, in a way that brings about long-term management of pest populations and also has minimal environmental impact. A cultural control is a non-chemical change of an environmental factor where the pest finds the environment unsuitable or cannot gain access to it. We routinely practice many forms of cultural control against disease and parasitic organisms every day, like taking out the trash and recycling, or taking showers, and changing our bedding and laundry. Genetic control. Most genetic control strategies are designed to develop genetic traits in the host species that make them more resistant and resilient to pests. Like when this plant, which excretes a chemical that repels pests, is added to. This plant, which has pointy thorns on the leaves, which is a physical barrier, to create a super resilient plant to pests. Let's pretend that our pest has encountered this plant. See as he walks away from it, having been repelled by the fragrance and not being able to touch it because of the thorns. Another genetic control strategy involves flooding a natural population with sterilized males that have been reared in laboratories. This cricket is sterilized along with many other male pests, which will prevent the pest from overpopulating since there are a limited amount of unsterilized males and a larger number of females. Biotechnology makes it possible to introduce genes into crop plants from other plant species, bacteria, and viruses. The new transgenic crops, called genetically modified organisms, are undergoing rapid development and testing. One drawback of this is that it's not beneficial to developing countries who cannot afford the new and advanced technologies. There is also a sure possibility of developing superweeds that are resistant to the herbicides or plant viruses. Don't want those. Use of natural predators. An environmentally friendly and efficient way to control pests is to use natural predators. This is when natural predators of a pest, such as ladybugs and small black beetles, are brought in to control the pest population by feeding on it. This would not completely eradicate the pest population, though that's okay because killing off all of them would not be beneficial. The natural predators are simply sprinkled about the garden or crops to prevent further destruction by pests. This is a long-term solution to pest invasion. This pest is having his first interaction with this ladybug. He doesn't seem to like it much. And likewise with the black beetle. Watch as he runs away. Run! This is an easy and effective pest management technique since all you have to do is spread the predators around the garden or crops and they will do all of the work for you. This is also a simple method as the natural predators need no further management. Remember that there are many alternate methods of controlling pests, and that the use of pesticides is never truly needed.
Thanks for watching!
The end.